I think one of the things that I'm really interested in as we go forward, because we know that there are some libraries that are in fact saying we're not going to cover books at all. It's only a few, but it's an interesting voice in the space. So I guess, Jodie, what I would say to you is, what's your response if another library manager, for example, or a teacher librarian might say, well, we're not going to cover books anymore? What would you say to that?
I suppose it's up to each service to decide what works for them. But all I can say is, for us, we have such beautiful spaces as very high end, and to have a collection that just looked shabby was not doing anything for our brand. So, if a book looks like it's been dragged behind a bus after 2 reads, then that's not good enough for us. So we had to find an alternative solution.
Thanks for that. Really important. Vicky, what about you?
Yeah, I agree, because we've got such beautiful spaces now. People do like that high-end look. They don't want to borrow old tatty books. They'll go to secondhand bookshops instead. And look, I just want to emphasise that no matter what you cover your books in, it will add to the sturdiness and longevity. So that's why the BioGuard is actually a good choice, because you are still contributing to the longevity of your asset, but it's not at the expense of the environment.
And Sarah?
Yeah, I agree. And before we started, we got a sample book to look at, and I've seen a few things pop up in the chat saying, what does it look like? Well, looking at the book, you couldn't tell. It was only really when you touched it that you could tell this wasn't the same covering that we used before. And we also are really committed to keeping our collection attractive. Sending home books that people think, oh, this is something I should take care of, not something that no one else cares about, so why should I? I feel like that's actually quite an important part of our role, and the books that we provide for the community should be, nice ones that they want to take home into their personal space.
Absolutely.